All right, welcome back to the Knives Fast channel, guys, and we have a two-knife video today. Two great budget versions of two great premium models. And actually, these are both under $60, and I called this Knives for the Masses, and we're going to get to why I call that in just a moment. Anyway, you got it. So these are two Tenable knives, and if you don't know, Tenable is Concepts budget line. So what they're actually doing is they're going back and taking some of their models that were premium concept models, or not quite budget models, and they're making budget versions of those knives and making them affordable. And both of these are under 60, and there's actually a couple of G10 versions of the Prometheus that are under 50 actually. So let's just take a quick look at these. Want to look at them, and then we'll get down to the details. So these are two ones that I love very, very much. Now, you got a dock design here on the Prometheus. You remember the one I had in was titanium on one side and shred carbon fiber on the other, and then we have a karambit maker design here. And what I'm trying to say, guys, is that these were both really good premium models. There was full titanium in this. I even had a lovely lightning anno version of this one in. And now what they've done is they've taken more budget materials and put these down at prices that people that aren't usually going to spend over $100 on a knife can't afford. And so that's what I meant by Knives for the Masses. So the Tenable line is in 14C. This particular version is in micarta. There are two micarta versions, and there are two G10 versions. You have that same titanium clip here. You do have steel liners that are exposed with a lot of milling, and you end up with a liner lock. Here you got your same flipper tab. By the way, this is not a full review because you can go back and find full review on both of these models. Previously, you do have a nice bright green pivot collar there that is really cool. We do not have a lanyard post, but I think you can probably slip a little thin lanyard on that lovely barrel spacer back there. Again, your only method of deployment is a flipper tab. Your access to the lock bar is nice. There is no chamfer on this one. Again, kind of things that make it a budget model, but not bad. I mean, if you were to fidget with this a lot, that corner would start to irritate your thumb probably a little bit. That would be my biggest complaint. It is dead center. We are locked up at about 20. No lock rock, no blade play. Excellent, excellent. Now on the Nest Street, what is cool, by the way, beautiful stonewash blade on this one. Great 4-finger grip. I almost forgot this part. Really nice. And you have this dip right here that is perfect for that. We'll cut with both of these in just a minute. This one, they only have micarta versions. There are no G10 versions on these, so they stay right around that $60 mark. Again, 14C, love this blade shape, the swedge, everything about this model. Again, same deal. By the way, I forgot to say this is a button lock. By the way, this clip is not reversible. On this one, same thing. They didn't make either clip reversible. Something to note if you're a lefty. And we do have a little bit of room to put a lanyard on that back barrel spacer. This one is just a thumb set opener, but I'm curious, can I flick it? Yes, I can. Now, we do have a button lock, and you guys know my love-hate relationship with button locks. This is a plunge lock. It's good. Again, you wish you had a detent so you get a little better. Yeah, see, the retention's not super good there. And, same thing. You're a little mushy on the open. If we didn't have the spring and we just had a detent, like with a top liner lock or something, then this guy would fly out of there and be great. And we do have button stick. Yep. We do have button stick, but it's not the worst. So just something to bear in mind. I know there are people shouting at the screen right now going, Casey, stop bashing on spring locks. I love my button locks. I love my access locks. And if you do, then this knife is perfect for you. If that does not bother you, then that's great. But of the two, because we have a liner lock, I prefer this snappy detent of this guy. Both of them have really good dropping action, as you can see. Both are on bearings, and you can see I did kind of miss the stud there. All right, so we are centered, and when we are locked up, no left and right, no up and down. Again, the button lock is fine, just not my preference, you know. But we have two green, OD green ones. I mean, I kind of like the fact that this guy has a pop of color and has that little milling. You know, I don't need to do a lot with these because I know both of these are great geometry blades. They're both in 14C, should heat treat up well and do fine. And again, they both cut great. Which blade shape do you guys prefer? I'm curious. These are both excellent blade shapes in my book for EDC tasks. You do have a lot more belly on this guy. There's a tiny bit towards this area on the Prometheus, but the Nest Street is more of a Nest mucky kind of thing. Now, this one, more room, a little longer, more room to lock in. You do have this well here with the chamfers, by the way, and you lock in really good. And again, you do have this nice area to land. Neither of these have jimping. Very, very simple, but well done knives. Now you have your Ontario Rat 1, which is going to be larger, and your Ontario Rat 2, which is smaller than both. Now, you can see if you look at the two together, the Nest Street is longer than the Prometheus, but they're both shorter. I mean, they're both longer than the Rat 2, and they're both shorter than the Rat 1. So there you go. What do you guys think of these designs? Now, I'm going to pull up the laptop here, and I'm going to give you guys some details. I will also insert some B-roll footage here for you to see. Hopefully I'll insert it here. Sometimes when I'm editing, I forget where I said to put it. So it's really interesting. Now we're going to start with the Nest Street, which is this guy. $57.89 for either version that's available. I will leave a link below. And that is my affiliate link, but it's up to you. You can get it anywhere you want. These are again, $57.89. Really good looking knife. They have a blue micarta version and this green micarta version. They are 8.05 inches overall with a 3.58 inch blade. The blade stock is actually a little bit thicker, 0.14. They call it a drop point. I call it a Nest Muck style. 4.27 ounces. And again, designed by Karambit Maker. Very, very cool. They don't give me the HRC, but that's okay. Now, the Prometheus, which is this beautiful guy, there are four versions. There is a black G10 with a black blade and red accents. There is a purple and black G10. So both of those are two-tone G10s, red and black with a red pivot collar, and black and purple with no just black on the pivot collar. And those are $49.89 for those two. And then there's a blue micarta and a green micarta, and those are $58.89. Now, size-wise, and again, dock design, gotta love that. 7.61 inches overall. Again, same blade thickness, 0.14. Both are pretty high flat grind, so that works out fine. You see they cut fine. 3.29 inch blade with a 0.14 stock and 3.56 ounces overall. So, guys, overall, to me, these are winners. And the reason they're winners is it gives folks an option. They may have seen my review of the Concept Prometheus or the Concept Nest Street and gone, man, I just can't afford these. And to me, $60 or even $50 if you get the G10 of the Prometheus should be reachable for a lot of people saving up. I get that's not a budget knife for some of you, and I get that. But to me, these are very accessible for a lot more people than the Concept versions would be. So I like that a lot. Let me know if you like that. Give me a thumbs up and a comment down below with everything you feel about these. And please make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. And thanks for watching the Knives Fast channel.